We know that IELTS consists of 4 modules: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. In order to get higher results in IELTS, you need to improve your vocabulary. Here, I have made a list of 500 advanced words which are very useful for your exam. If you learn these words while doing reading, you can easily understand the passages, as well as in speaking and writing exam, you can easily make complex sentences and show how rich vocabulary you have. Here in this video, I'm going to present you first part of these words, 50 words, with definitions, sample sentence and synonyms. Let's get started and look at these words one by one.
Astounding. Astounding means surprisingly impressive. For example, the endless patience and hospitality of the people was astounding. Its synonyms are amazing, incredible, and unbelievable. Contemporary. Contemporary means belonging to the same period or time as something else. For example, personalities and individual behavior dominate the presentation of contemporary politics. Its synonyms are concurrent, coexistent, and modern. Cunning. Cunning means clever in deceiving. For example, now, even if these are just sneaky sites by cunning marketers, they are working. Its synonyms are deceptive, shrewd, and sly. Enigmatic. Enigmatic means difficult to interpret or understand. This news came to us from a York source who must remain anonymous to make them sound more enigmatic and exciting. Its synonyms are obscure and ambiguous. Abundant. Abundant means existing or available in large quantities. For example, this allows the animal maximum use of the abundant grass supply available all summer. And its synonyms are plentiful, profuse, and ample. Account for. Account for means to be a part of a whole. For example, single parents account for a great proportion of the poor, and its synonyms are make up and constitute. Artifact. Artifact means an object made by a human being, typically an item of cultural or historical interest. For example, one of the most interesting historic artifacts that come from the car industry are automobile logos. Its synonyms are remain and relic. Adorn. Adorn means to make more beautiful, attractive, or interesting. For example, of the many fine public buildings which adorn the city scarcely any date before 1860, its synonyms are decorate, ornament, and embellish. Acclaim. Acclaim means to declare something with noisy enthusiasm. For example, I try to acclaim the good behavior more often than I punish the inappropriate behavior. Its synonyms are hail, applaud, and cheer. Abandon. Abandon means to give something up completely. For example, however, the company doesn't want to abandon the practice and hopes new technology will improve the return on investment. Its synonyms are desert, cede, and leave behind. Agile. Agile means able to move or change quickly and easily. For example, very active and agile, the young ones move around the open area without fear. Its synonyms are nimble, quick, and swift. Akin. Akin means having the same appearance, character, or nature. For example, it was his character which was unpredictable, akin to a time bomb waiting to go off. Its synonyms are similar, alike, or related. Diverse. Diverse means different from each other. For example, the aim was to try to attract a more diverse range of applicants. Its synonyms are different, various, assorted. Culminate. Culminate means to reach the highest point or climax. For example, such thoughts reduce self-esteem, which leads to depression and which can finally culminate in suicide. Its synonyms are climax and consummate. Propel. Propel means to drive or push something forward. For example, he established himself as the champion of the working people, and that helped propel him to the presidency. Its synonyms are drive, thrust, and impel. Calamity. Calamity means a catastrophe or serious misfortune that causes great loss or damage. For example, before the oil well calamity, villagers there had a peaceful life, getting along with each other in harmony. Its synonyms are disaster, catastrophe, and misfortune. Notify. Notify means to tell someone, especially formally. For example, if the assignment is not notified to the borrower, there are additional risks to the parties. Its synonyms are announce, inform, and alert. Misery. Misery means great unhappiness or suffering. For example, there has been too much misery and suffering inflicted on the peoples of the region. Its synonyms are affliction, distress, and hardship. Adversity. Adversity means circumstances that cause trouble or sorrow. For example, he is a man who has had to face up to the adversity, and he has done so with determination and dignity. Its synonyms are hardship, misfortune, and suffering. Retrieval. Retrieval means the process of getting something back from somewhere. For example, sensitive information often is stored on database servers and other storage facilities for later retrieval. Its synonyms are recovery and restoration. Adept. Adept means skillful at doing something. For example, performances are enhanced by an intelligent musical score and adept cinematography. Its synonyms are proficient, versed, and dexterous. Cognizant. Cognizant means aware of something or having knowledge of it. For example, people should be cognizant and aware of what is going on around them. Its synonyms are aware, conscious, and knowledgeable. Venomous. Venomous means having the ability to poison. For example, each year, about 8,000 Americans are bitten by venomous snakes, and only about a dozen die. And its synonyms are poisonous and toxic. Ambidextrous. Ambidextrous means able to use both hands equally well. For example, I'm trying to be ambidextrous, but it isn't really working. Its synonyms somehow are talented, gifted, and adept. Beneficial. Beneficial means having good results or benefits. For example, there is also evidence that consumption of organically produced food is beneficial to human health. Its synonyms are helpful, useful, and advantageous. Thrive. Thrive means to grow strong and healthy. For example, they thrive on speculation and controversy and highlight divisions, issues, and problems. Its synonyms are prosper and flourish. Facilitate. Facilitate means to make something easy or easier to do or to achieve. For example, these activities can facilitate product development in markets where the risks are high. Its synonyms are expedite, ease, and promote. Inhibit. Inhibit means to hold back or prevent an action, desire, or progress. For example, the failures are used as a key to understanding the underlying mental processes that inhibit development. Its synonyms are hinder, restrain, and prevent. Breakthrough. Breakthrough means a sudden achievement. For example, scientists at the University of York have made a major breakthrough in the fight against prostate cancer. Its synonyms are advancement and improvement. Finite. Finite means having an end or limit. For example, they were always going to gain a finite amount of income from the scheme. Its synonyms are limited, restricted, and bounded. Ignite. Ignite means to set fire to something. For example, a missile ignited a fire that burned for 3 days and claimed 132 lives. Its synonyms are burn, inflame, and kindle. Drainage. Drainage is a process or system by which waste liquid flows away. For example, new drainage, lighting, and an extra passing place will also be added. Its synonyms are draining and sewage. Decipher. Decipher means to translate a text in an unfamiliar or strange form of writing into ordinary language. For example, he had to decipher more than 10 lines of code before entering the right password. Its synonyms are decode, unravel, and interpret. Avid. Avid means very enthusiastic about something. The man used to be an avid reader, but deteriorating eyesight has put an end to that activity. Its synonyms are ardent, eager, and passionate. Restrict. Restrict means to keep something or someone within certain limits. For example, some roads may have to be closed at peak times to restrict the number of visitors. Its synonyms are confine, limit, and restrain. Assimilate. Assimilate means to take in information or understand fully. For example, children find it easier to assimilate new information when it is presented within the structure of a story, and its synonyms are learn and absorb. Devastate. Devastate means to cause great destruction in or to something. For example, all these can devastate lives, destroy relationships, disrupt work, cause effective thinking, and affect physical health and ruin futures. Its synonyms are ruin, destroy, and ravage. Fragrance. Fragrance means sweetness of smell. For example, it has a pleasant, sweet fragrance and is lightly laced, ruffled, and fluted pale pink. Its synonyms are odor and scent. Sparse. Sparse means thinly scattered or dotted about. There is nothing but dead rocks, a few sparse patches of grass, and an occasional pair of odd-looking trees. Its synonyms are meager, scant, and few. Alleviate. Alleviate means to make pain, a problem, suffering, or something else less severe. For example, a large, modern bus station will surely help alleviate the problems and keep the traffic flowing. Its synonyms are ease, relief, and mitigate. Dim. Dim means to think of something in a particular way or as having a particular quality. For example, the independent auditor will have to be replaced every 5 years unless the committee deems it not in the company's interest. Its synonyms are consider, judge, and think. Succinct. Succinct means clearly expressed in a few words. For example, diagrams provide succinct summaries of the chapter content and the index is as easy to use. Its synonyms are brief, concise, and precise. Constrict. Constrict means to make something narrower or tighter. For example, results indicate that while cocaine did constrict brain blood vessels in men, it failed to do so in women. Its synonyms are compress, contract, and squeeze. Disperse. Disperse means to spread out over a wide area. We had such hot weather and there wasn't a lot of wind to disperse it. Its synonyms are diffuse, scatter, and dissipate. Emit. Emit means to give out light, heat, a sound, or a smell. For example, the headphones emit a sound that cancels out airplane noise. Its synonyms are send out, discharge, and eject. Exhilarating. Exhilarating means filling someone with a lively cheerfulness. For example, experiencing the pace of change in China was exhilarating. Its synonyms are invigorating, refreshing, and cheering. Edible. Edible means fit to be eaten, suitable to eat. For example, many of the edible seaweeds mentioned in the article can be hard to find. Its synonym is eatable. Venture. Venture means a new activity, usually in business that involves risk or uncertainty. For example, no one would venture such capital without some chance of generating a return on investment. Its synonyms are risk and dare. Sustainable. Sustainable means capable of being sustained or maintained. For example, we are striving to achieve sustainable and sensible use of the world's resources. Its synonyms are supportable, endurable, and bearable. Resolute. Resolute means admirably purposeful. For example, she remained resolute in her belief that the situation would improve. Its synonyms are determined and decisive.
Also, you can find these verbs very advanced. They are widely used. This is the first part, and I'm going to talk about other verbs in the next videos. Thank you for watching. Good luck!